Apple juice. Dead, flavored sugar water. As a matter of fact, how many people here have ever had 10 apples in one sitting? Anybody? You know, I was speaking at Disney a couple months ago. It was one of the resorts down in Florida, and it was a big family event. And this one kid said, I did. I go, really? He goes, yeah, I lost the bet. So he had to eat 10 apples in 10 minutes. But apart from him, I've never had anybody say they've eaten 10 apples in 10 minutes. Has anybody here ever had apple juice? Yeah, all right. Do you realize that every last one of you have had 10 apples in 10 minutes? How? Who here has ever juiced an apple or juiced fruit before? Anybody? Is it not true? 1 apple equals 1 ounce on average. I actually figured it out. 1 apple juiced comes out to 1 ounce, which means this, that if you were to juice, an average size is 8 to 10 ounces, that's 8 to 10 apples. So you're consuming the equivalent of 8 to 10 apples, and you're taking all that really good fiber and blowing it out the back. The other issue is this. There's only 2 reasons to ever consume an apple. And they're very good reasons too. The first reason is fiber, or an orange, you want to have pulp. Fruits and vegetables is fiber or pulp. The other reason to have fruit or an apple is to have nutrients, vitamins, minerals, living enzymes. Those are the only 2 very, very good reasons to have fruit. Now, we got a problem here because apple juice, first of all, you're consuming a very high quantity of sugar-dense, calorie-dense fruit. It's known as nature's candy, number 1. Number 2, if you read the label, it says fiber 0, no fiber in apple juice. Then if you look and understand what pasteurization is, what is pasteurization? It's a heat process to kill the bacteria, but it doesn't stop at the bacteria. It kills everything. It's dead. It's dead, flavored sugar water. I'll give you an idea. Here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning before you go to work, take apple juice and pour it into a glass. But then cut an apple in half and leave it on a plate next to the apple juice and go to work. Come home, what's the apple look like? Brown. Why? Because it's living. The living enzymes are exposed to oxygen, it becomes oxidized and begins to die. It's really quite simple, actually. What's the apple juice look like? Looks like you just poured it. Why? Because it's dead. How could you kill anything that's already dead? It's like a bad movie. So, apple juice, orange juice, dead flavored sugar water contributing to type 2 diabetes. We give it to our children and wonder why they're experiencing hyperactivity. They're jacked up on sugar. Yes? Non-sweetened? You know what? That's a ploy. That's a gimmick. You know why? Because it'll say unsweetened. What does that mean? That's redundant if they sweetened it. What are they going to do? They're going to add sugar to sugar water? Watch out. I want you from now on to become very skeptical. Be cynical when it comes to reading food labels. Don't buy into what they're saying. Have you ever seen Bare Naked granola? Okay, a lot of you have seen this, all right? If you read the back of this label, you'll actually feel like if you don't eat this, you're contributing to global warming. It said half the calories per serving than normal granola cereal. What is wrong with that? Okay, want to help me out with this since you were talking about the sugar? If it's half the calories per serving of normal granola cereal, it would be 140, right? What's the calories per serving? 140, she said. However, we got a problem. What's the serving size? Quarter cup. The spoon, it's not too much larger than the spoon, actually. It's not an exaggeration. It says a quarter cup. This is what they're saying. And their advertisement said half the calories per serving than normal granola cereal. They're playing a joke with you. They're playing a game with you. Your job now is to find it. So, what are the answers? The first thing we need to do is have what's called the kitchen clean out. If there is trash in your house, I say throw it away. Either let it run out or throw it away. Me, I'm cheap. I'm gonna let it run out, okay? I just can't imagine throwing away things that I spent money on, but you know what? Don't replace it. You are made up of water, and the best way you could lose body fat initially is to simply start drinking water. It'll help you metabolize your nutrients, metabolize your food. It'll help you start to shed weight. Your skin will start looking like somebody who drinks water. One time I went to a massotherapist, and she just pinched my skin. She goes, "Oh, finally, somebody drinks water." I said, "How could you tell?" She says, "It's very obvious that you drink a lot of water." She just touched the skin. She goes, "Usually people's skin is kind of dry and brittle." She goes, "You know when people do not drink water." Matter of fact, I was working with an executive, and he drank a bottle of wine every night. He looked like it too. And his son hired me to go speak to his parents because his father owned the company, was retiring, and he said, "My dad's gonna kill himself, and I need him to be an advisor for the next 10 years. So keep him alive." What a son. So I go over there to keep him alive, and he said, "Hey, since I knew you were coming over, I stopped drinking wine for the last week, and I've been drinking water." He said, "My skin is so nice." He goes, "Feel." I said, "No, I'm good."